What is popping? This is your guy, Ant Dunstan, with my boy, Will Tay, 52. We're going to give y'all some of our week 5 waivers. Hopefully, our predictions or our pickups, our targets, whatever you want to call them, can help you guys set your lineups up this week. And if not, oh well, another life in the day of fantasy. Ain't that right,
That's
Will?
it. Hey, it's rock bottom right now, but we coming
Man,
back, baby.
couple tough L's yesterday for the both of us in our main league. I lost to the most hype guy in the league. So we all know how that goes. Will just is coming off of a nasty losing streak. But at the end of the day, it's only the first quarter of fantasy, only the first quarter of the year for NFL.
Yep.
We going into week 5 and we starting to turn a new leaf. Let's get it. Yo, fantasy football.
What's your team looking like this week?
Well, good thing for me is I play you this week. And like I just told everybody, you coming off of a tough losing streak. So I'm hoping I can get a win this week, man. But the way this fantasy's been going this first half of the year or this first quarter of the year, I don't know, man. How you feeling this week?
Glorious, glorious.
Glorious.
It's about to be one of them weeks. We're gonna start off. We'll get into it, man. I don't really want to rap that much about it right now. Y'all hear about it next week.
Y'all will hear about it next week. So let's give y'all some of our picks heading into the week. I think we have a consensus number 1 off of the waves.
Yep.
Damian Harris, or Damian Williams. My
Damian
bad.
Williams.
Damian
Yep.
Williams. Is that where you're going?
Yeah, should have been MVP, Super Bowl MVP, Damian Williams. We got to put some respect on that man name. Yeah,
There's
I
some
think we
respect.
going there. I think we
Yeah.
going there.
Yeah, I like that pick. Damian Williams is only rostered in 11% of Yahoo leagues.
Yep.
As we all know, David Montgomery went out with a ankle injury, and he's going to be out like 4 to 5 weeks. Or my bad, it was a knee injury actually.
Knee injury,
Yeah,
hyperextension.
it was a knee injury.
Mhm.
It was a knee injury. But he's gonna be out about 4 to 5 weeks. So Damian Williams is next up in line. Like I said, only rostered in 11% of leagues right now. He had 8 rushes for 55 yards last week, 2 receptions for 15 yards, and a touchdown. So I don't know. It definitely should be a good pickup. I think Damian Williams gets a bunch of touches this week. And again, Super Bowl MVP is what it should have been if it wasn't for Pat Mahomes. This guy can go, man. So don't be afraid to pick him up and get him into your rosters this week.
Yep, and don't be scared of Tyreek Cohen. He's still on the pup list. I'm not sure if he comes back this week or not, but I think this is a really good pickup this week. It's a few good running backs on the waves this week, but he's definitely number one. If you're a CMC owner, if you got 2 running backs, let's say you got Gibson as your RB1 right now, and then Mike Davis, Fat Davis, this would be a good
Fat
pickup for you.
Davis.
Just keep Fat Davis in because he scored 10 points a week. But yeah, man, that
Double
Damian
digits
Williams,
at least.
at least. He's a good pickup. I think the next one we got a consensus will be Samaje Perine, right? For the Bengals.
The Bengals. Yeah, he's on my list, but I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
he's like 6th on my list this week.
Okay.
I'm not a huge P. Ryan fan, even though he used to show us love out in DC. But Mixon's out, to Will's point. P. Ryan's only rostered in 3% of leagues. And but I don't know. Do you think he's gonna get the volume like Mixon gets?
I don't think so. I think they're obviously going to try to establish some run. I'm a Joe Burrow fan, so like I feel like it's time for him to put up 300-yard, 4 touchdown, 3 touchdown kind of games. So I don't think so. I think Mixon is that workhorse back, and if he's not going to be it, they'll probably do some type of RBC or but I do think I know some people might be in a tight way with running backs right now, and that could be another pickup that you just throw in there. The matchup is against Green Bay, so it's not the worst matchup in the world. So yeah, that would be another running back that I know that was my second running back I had on my list this week.
Yeah, he was probably my 4th running back. Second though, I have who is probably more rostered than the other people we named, but Latavius Murray, who was actually like 48% rostered in Yahoo leagues, but
Yeah.
he looked real good last week. I know Le'Veon Bell just was activated to the active roster, and then they still have Devontae there and Tyson Williams. But I like Latavius, man. He got 18 rushes last week for only like 59 yards, but he also had a touchdown. And then the Ravens are a run heavy team, so I really like Latavius Murray. Again, he's probably more roster than a few of those other guys we named. But if he is in your leagues, I think he'd be a great pickup, and not just for a few weeks, but if he can continue to produce like this, even with Bell and Devontae and Williams, he could be the lead back there. And I like him around the goal line too. So I had
Yep.
Latavius Murray next up on my list. And then after that, the other running back I had was Kenny Gainwell from the Eagles.
There we go.
I mean, everyone's been talking about him pretty much all year, but I think last week was a really good week, and you gotta like what you're starting to see from him. He's been rostered more and more in a lot of Yahoo leagues. The last couple of weeks, he's like 30% rostered right now, so still out there and available in a bunch of leagues. He only had 3 rushes, but he's not gonna really get you that much rush work. Between Hurts and Sanders, they'll probably do more of the actual rushing. But last week he gave you 6 receptions on 8 targets, and that was 58 yards included in that. So I really like him included in the passing game out in Philly. And like I said, just week by week, this guy he looks legit. Like he's fast, he's twitchy, he's good. Again, good catching the ball to the backfield, and in PPR league, that's gonna really help you a lot. So those were the main backs that I had on my list. You got any running backs? Any other running backs?
You hit the third one. I was going to say Kenny G.
Kenny G.
He just looks like that new coaching staff is like, this is our running back, and Miles Sanders is kind of getting that Kerryon Johnson treatment right now.
Oh wow, Kerryon, you put him down to Kerryon levels.
I'm just saying it's like that kind of comparison right there, where they just like, oh, here we still got you, but at least Kerryon was hurt. They wasn't playing him. They just like, here, bro, we give you 5 rushes. Good luck. And then Kenny G out there looking like
he's just thriving with his opportunities. Yeah, he's just thriving with the opportunities he gets. Like I said, only 3 rushes last week and for like 31 yards. But I mean, honestly, that's like 10 yards a carry. So he's to your point, if he could continue to get all his work and start getting some rushes with it, man, this guy could really be a league winner or a league changer for some teams. But I like Kenny G. So you got any wideouts on your waiver list this week?
Oh yeah. You know, as a Robert Woods, AJ Brown, Cortland Sutton owner, we always looking for wide receivers. Hey, Brandon Ayuk, man, my wide receivers are the best in town. I would say probably,
but this is that week. This might be the big week for you though. A lot of squeaky wheels, it sounds like. But go ahead.
Yeah, hopefully. I would say Jamison Crowder, you know, he came back. He had a pretty solid game last week. He had 7 receptions, 9 targets, 1 touchdown for 61 yards. He's that slot boss, you know what I'm saying? He's always going to be those short range, intermediate passes.
Love this guy.
I think that for PPR, like our league full PPR, I mean, heck, if you get 7 catches, that's 7 points right there. Yep. You know, so I really think for a PPR guy that might be in need of a low end wide receiver 2 to a mid wide receiver 2, I think that might be a good look. He's only 20% owned in Yahoo League, so I would go ahead and put a claim out if you needed a wide receiver.
I love Crowder, man. And then I know you and I were talking a little bit, but I think he opens it up for the other receivers there. So like Corey Davis, if Elijah Moore can stay healthy, I just think he opens it up for a lot of other things. And even Zach Wilson, it'll help his completion percentage and help him be a little more accurate and get some of those easier passes completed throughout the game to give him rhythm to take some deeper shots. So like you said, man, 7 receptions. He had 9 targets last week, found the end zone. So you got to love Jamison Crowder. It's always going to be a good add to the team. And again, it'll just be a good person to put in your wide receiver 2 position some weeks, and for sure should be a good flex play. So absolutely. I like him. Another receiver I have who is owned in about 58% of leagues, but so a lot of people drafted this guy, but Laviska Shenault with the Jaguars, and he already had the buzz. A lot of people already liked his upside just because he can do so many things, sort of Deebo Samuel like. Like Anquan Bolden, one of those type of receivers where they can do a bunch of different things. They could catch, they can get some plays out the backfield, option plays, jet sweeps. But with DJ Chark going out, that is really going to open up the door for him. Last week, you've seen a good game, 7 targets, 6 receptions. And then he also had like 99 yards through the air.
99.
So, yeah, I know he needed one more to get that century mark, but still a really good game, really productive role, definitely for fantasy purposes. You just have to wonder if that'll sustain just because this Jaguars team is filling themselves and finding themselves, and their coach is also filling himself and filling other people. But besides that point, I like Laviska Shenault to be added in all of your lineups this week. And, it looks like that upside that everybody was hoping for is finally will arrive. Sad it had to happen by way of DJ Chark's injury, but that's football. Name of the game, man. It's one man gets injured, next man got to step up and be ready. So get Laviska Shenault, some of them early people that drafted him and dropped him, and he's in your waves. Get him in that lineup, man.
Get him in there. My next one going to be Randall Cobb.
Yeah, and that guy took a lot of love away from Devontae Adams last week. It's probably the reason I lost last week, but it's all good. It's all good, man.
Yeah. I think a deep sleeper. You kind of put me on to him, man. When we were watching that Detroit game, it was Khalif Raymond.
Oh yeah, Khalif Raymond.
I think he's a solid Robert Woods type player for the Detroit Lions. Sorry about that. For the Detroit Lions, he had 2 touchdowns last week, 6 targets, 3 receptions on only 46 yards, but he's an end zone threat, and Jared Goff is looking for him heavy.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
I think Khalif Raymond might be somebody we should start taking a little bit more serious, especially like I'm saying, if you're in a bad way with running back or with wide receivers and you're looking for upside. I definitely think versus Minnesota next week, that might be a good little flex option, or if you want to the low end.
It's a get right game. I don't know, man. Minnesota tricked us all last week and played pretty good pass defense, even though Cleveland just ran the ball. But I don't know, man. Hopefully they still sweep for it, man. But like you said, Lions will be behind in a bunch of games, so you got to factor in garbage time too, and that also helps with fantasy, man. You get a lot of points that way, so something to consider. Khalif Raymond, I like that pick, Will.
Yeah.
So on my list, that's pretty much all I had. Like I said, I had Samaje Perine last, but I'm not a huge fan of Samaje Perine. But again, Mixon was getting, as we all know, so much volume. Who knows if he gets that much, but he may get some. And you never know, he could find an end zone. So also get him on your lineups for maybe some of your deeper leagues or some people that are really thin at running back, maybe a lot of injuries in your team in the flex position. If you just need someone, definitely get Samaje Perine on your team. Only rostered in 3% of leagues. So that's all we have for you guys today on the waiver episode. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on YouTube, on Instagram at YoFantasyFootball. It's not that hard, and we're going to get at y'all later in the week.
And thank you to everybody who already started to subscribe for us. Shout out to the guys in my Dynasty League. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Dynasty League taking us to the top. Let's go.
Man.